opponents tonight. Two South Americans in the Napoli side, named by coach Boskov. Andre Cruz from Brazil is the sweeper, and the Colombian Freddy Rincon links up in attack with Agostini and the former Italian under-21 star Carbone. Cremonese have never beaten Napoli in this stadium, but they did defeat them in the earlier league meeting in Cremona back in September. Tentoni is the leading scorer, although he's not been as prolific this season. And they'll be looking to the former Inter defender Verdelli to maintain order at the back. Well, this is the scene that's been repeated throughout the Italian top division this weekend. A show of unity from the players in a bid to discourage the kind of dreadful incidents witnessed, of course, at the recent match in Genoa when that supporter was so tragically killed. The players are hoping their own message of goodwill will be reflected by the fans' behaviour, not only today, but in the future too, of course. The gist of the message: football should unite rather than divide. The referee is Walter Cinciappini from Ascoli. Cremonese in the striped shirts attacking the goal to our left. Napoli have lost only twice at home this season, but they have not won in the Sao Paulo since October. Cremonese are hoping to add to their one away success so far at Genoa. The ball played forward by Cruz to Renato Buzo, the former Juventus and Sampdoria player. And we've said it many times, he's never quite fulfilled his potential. Just the one goal so far this season from Buzo. This is Baldin, the captain. Carbone, impish figure up front for Napoli. He's very quick and he's the top scorer so far. He's got 10 goals in all competitions. But he's gone 5 now without one. Cruz coming across as well. Cultured defender Cruz. And a very handy man to have around too on the set pieces. The green light indicates that the defenders are far enough away. Called in by Cruz, but straight at De Agostini. And eventually Cremonese managing to scramble it away. But only to Cruz again. And then out by Milanese for the corner. Milanese, a young man who's made good progress this season since signing back in the summer from 3rd Division Triestina. Balled in with the attempted cross, and that was pretty painful for young Piri. Carbone. Away comes Verdelli, the captain of Cremonese. Now Tentoni. Well, they've all pulled up looking for the offside flag. And I think the decision did go their way in the end. Tentoni, who was certainly a regular scorer in the past 2 seasons, but has hit something of a lean patch in this campaign. Pecchia. Genda Biaggi tracking back with him. Pecchia, member of the Italian under-21 squad. He's on loan to Napoli from Parma, but they're hoping to make the move a permanent one. Carbone with the free kick. Luigi Ciacci on the goal line. And the wall is not yet the requisite distance away. The kick taken anyway, and right across the face of the goal from Carbone. Ciacci looking rather relaxed about it all, but that was not far away. Whipped across it by Carbone. One of the bright young stars of the Italian game. Buzo. Operating wide on this right side for Napoli. Looking to send Baldin away. There's Verdelli, almost in a spot of bother. Came back off Agostini. Now Rincon. Pecchia to pump it forward again. Buzo in pursuit. And the free kick given to Cremonese. Mauro Milanese. It's actually his first season in Serie A, and he's been a fixture in the side now since the end of October. Cremonese 14th in the table, Napoli just 1 place above them and 3 points better off. Foul on Buzo. And certainly both teams casting anxious eyes to the clubs below them in the table. Neither can certainly regard themselves as being anything like safe at this stage of the season. Cruz with the free kick. Too long for Agostini. Here's Carbone. Can't wriggle through though. Verdelli. Verdelli, who was in Inter's championship winning side of 1989. Tarantino. Away from Chiesa. Shot there was charged down by Verdelli. Tarantino again. Good block this time by Chiesa. Now Gualco. Carbone. Most of the early attacking coming from the home side. Gianni Biaggi. This is Chiesa, who's on loan from Sampdoria. Now Rincon. He's got a good turn of pace, the Colombian, but he hasn't really settled so far in Naples after his move from Palmeiras in Brazil. Free kick to Cremonese, who registered 5 victories and 10 defeats in their first 15 games of the season, without a single draw. De Agostini was after that one. But as I was saying there, they've now actually drawn the last 3. Taglialatella is the goalkeeper for Napoli, organising those ranks in front of him to defend the corner. And a good, confident catch by Taglialatella. He's having a good season for Napoli. Virgin Moskov, the coach of Napoli. And of course, he led Sampdoria to the Scudetto back in '91. Now lending his experience to this Napoli side, who've had a few changes in the coach in recent times. Becchia bursting down this right side. Napoli with those 2 setbacks at home this season against Juventus and Fiorentina. Well, that was a bad tackle then by De Agostini. A yellow card for him. He's actually a former Napoli player. He had 1 season in Naples, and that was a pretty wicked lunge there that poured in. Bourdin, who's such a hard-working player in the Napoli side. Confirmation there of the caution for Stefano De Agostini, who's the cousin of the former Italian international Luigi De Agostini, now of course with Reggiana. The green light is on. Cruz. And that's a corner. And you don't argue with this referee, Cinciarapini. He's the strictest referee in Serie A. He averages a sending off every 2 games. So you don't mince words with him. Agostini! Good save by Tucci, who got down well. Well, he wasn't to know it, but in fact the referee has blown for a foul anyway by Agostini, who was using his arms for a little extra leverage. This is Cruz. Looking for Agostini. Oh, and he was buffeted then by De Agostini. And that was a nasty collision between the two. And I would think both are going to need some attention. It's Massimo Agostini of Napoli, and it was Stefano De Agostini who ran straight into him. I don't think there was any malice on the part of either player. And there is De Agostini, who clearly looks in some distress. And indeed, the stretcher coming on for De Agostini. So it's not looking good for him. I wouldn't think he's going to take any further part in this game if what we're seeing there is any guide. And indeed, on comes Gianni Cristiani to replace De Agostini. Cruz. This is Tarantino. Good effort. Oh, terrific stop too by Tucci. A really fine reaction saved there by the goalkeeper to beat out that shot by Tarantino. Cristiani. He's not a regular in the side. He's mainly used as cover, Cristiani. Getting his chance early in this game after the injury to De Agostini. And Cremonese had the free kick. Here's the shot again from Tarantino. There's certainly some power behind that one. And fisted away by Tucci. Milanese. Good anticipation by Pari. Away goes Rincon now. Throwing it on in search of Carboni. The service there wasn't quite good enough. Dalinia. Buzo. And across comes Dalinia again. Dalinia, who's on loan from Sampdoria, as is Chiesa. Strong and determined play then by Milanese. This is Piri, the 19-year-old. Pari taking the throw quickly. Good experienced pro, Pari. Now Buzo. Excellent work by Buzo. And there's Carboni appealing for handball. It was surely ball to arm though, rather than the other way round. And that is certainly the way the referee has viewed it. Now wake up Cremonese on the break. Chiesa. Cannavaro, who's back in the Napoli side today after suspension. Now Cruz. Too long for Tentoni. The 45 minutes almost up now. There really haven't been too many chances for either side in this first half. Won by Milanese. Now Tentoni's offside here. It's a really good chance for Cremonese, and he didn't really get hold of it then, Tentoni. No real conviction about his shot. Maybe the sort of chance that in the past he would have tucked away. Buzo. Did really well then. Rincon almost on the end of it. Now Agostini. Glauco just got the better of him. Away by Chiesa. Jandabiagi. In goes Pari. Such a consistent player, Fausto Pari. A member, of course, of the Sampdoria Scudetto side of '91. And very much back in favour now at Napoli since the arrival of his former coach Boskov. There'll be a yellow card for Bourdin. It was clearly a late tackle. As Chiesa laid it off, he was clattered in by Bourdin. Yellow card for the captain. Deep into injury time. Becchia, and he was shoved from behind. Cruz, as usual, taking the free kick. Now Buzo, who's made a useful contribution on the right flank in the first half for Napoli. And just as I say that, he gives it away. Carbone. Just too many defenders in the end for him. Tantoni. It's been a rather untidy first half in the main. And sadly not too much goal-mouth activity. Mordin with the throw. Carbone had shown for him. Then Tantoni losing out to young Cannavaro. What a good prospect he looks. Carbone. Endeavouring to link up with Rincon. Still there's no way through. It's a packed Cremonese defence that Napoli have faced for much of the first period. Cruz elegantly chipping it through. Away by Verdelli. This is Cannavaro. Now Tantoni. Pari scuttling back with it. And the free kick given to Napoli. And there is the half-time whistle blown by Walter Cincilappini. A goalless first half in the San Paolo Stadium. Napoli just about shaded it, but with nothing to show for their efforts so far. Half-time score, Napoli 0, Cremonese 0. Welcome back to the second half of our featured match on Mezzanotte. Napoli 0, Cremonese 0. As Napoli then start the second half, defending the goal to our right and looking to avenge that defeat by Cremonese back in September, when 2 goals from Floriancic settled the issue, and he's only on the bench tonight, the man from Slovenia. Won by Pari. Looking to plough his way past the tackles, and Tantoni resorted to tripping him. Pari, who was certainly one of the unsung heroes of Sampdoria's championship success a few seasons ago. And Boskov has certainly stuck by his qualities to keep him in the Napoli team. Carbone lining up for the free kick. Cruz there with it too, but this is Carbone, and maybe he should have left it to Cruz. And his reaction there says it all. Carbone with 4 goals in Serie A this season, but he hasn't scored now in 5 games. Got 2 though against Cremonese in the win over them in the Italian Cup earlier in the campaign. Won by Cannavaro. Here's Carbone. Now Tarantino, who had a good first half, and he's continuing in the same vein. Still Tarantino, good save. Did really well then Luigi Tucci. Buzo. But once again, Tarantino had come forward with such menace. Buzo now to curl it over. Bourdin rather tentatively back towards Buzo. And then off the head of Dalinja. Super run by Tarantino. And heroics from Churchy. Down goes Tarantino. No penalty. And he cannot believe it. Well, he's been a constant source of irritation to Cremonese. It was another strong and determined run, and that must have been pretty close. Tentoni was the man who appeared to barge into him. No sympathy, though, from referee Cincianapini. Bourdin. Tentoni, well, his heart must have been in his mouth then, after that clash with Tarantino. That's a foul by Dalinja on Carbone. Who again is proving such a handful. Dalinja, the offender. Now they have Agostini in there, and Rincon, and Buzo. And Cannavaro! It was virtually a free header, but not a very accurate one. The marking was a bit slack then from Cremonese. Time here for Tarantino, who was sent off when the teams met in Cremona back in September. This for 2 yellow cards. Dalinja. Now Tentoni. Oh, good close control. Didn't quite have the pace though. Good covering by Cruz. Chiesa, who never quite made the breakthrough with Sampdoria. This is Parry, who most certainly did. Now Tarantino. Carbone linking well with Tarantino. Rincon's in the middle. Fisted away by the keeper. Couldn't hold on to that one. Buzo. Towards Agostini and Rincon. It had to be. Churchy claiming offside, but there's no flag, and Freddy Rincon has steered Napoli in front, and he won't score any easier one than that. His 4th goal in Serie A this season, and it's given a breakthrough at last. A complete miskick there by Gualco. And by now, well, Rincon was totally outmarked. But Cremonese felt they had a case for offside. But the linesman saw nothing wrong. 56 minutes gone. And Napoli have the lead. This is Cristiani. Pedroni. Gianni Biaggi. Cremonese will have to show a little more adventure now if they're to save this game. Floriacic, who scored those 2 goals when Cremonese beat Napoli earlier in the season. He started the season as a first choice of the team, but he's been out of favour lately. Rincon. Losing out to Tentoni. On then by Pedroni to Tentoni again. Floriacic. Oh, was it over the line? No. The linesman was right in line and turned away. to the relief of Tagliatella and those Napoli defenders. Lovely deft little flick from Floriacic. After Tentoni's run, it's right along the line, and it was scooped out by Tagliatella, who certainly had his wits about him. He was left stranded there by the guile of Floriacic. Now, is that over the line? From that angle, I would think not. So the linesman's got it right. Cruz. This is Cannavaro. Cambone. Came off Gianni Biaggi, so it'll be a corner to Napoli. Cannavaro, very highly rated among young Italian defenders. Still only 21. Here's Cambone with the corner. Now the keeper electing to fist it away then to Tucci. Cambone. Towards Agostini. A good shot on the turn too by the Napoli striker. Tucci was in exactly the right place. Looks a good keeper, this fellow. He's kept only one clean sheet away from home this season, but nonetheless he's been impressive in most of their games. Chiesa. Off goes Tentoni. Oh, a spectacular save by Tagliatella. Well, that has to be one of the saves of the season. Tentoni just got his boot to it before Cruz. And such athleticism by Giuseppe Tagliatella. Wonderful save. Verdelli. And again, they've got it away, Napoli, but only just. And they are most certainly indebted to Tagliatella for that stunning reflex save. Tipping it over the bar. Milanese. Brought in on the break then for Napoli. Agostini with Cambone. Agostini again, taking on and getting the better of Gualco. No penalty, but they were living dangerously then, Cremonese. The referee was only a few yards away. Across comes Cannavaro. Now, was this a foul by Gualco? He did appear to trip him, for all his protests. Padroni with a throw. Gianni Biaggi. Now Verdelli. This is Milanese. Floriacic. Verdelli again taking the opportunity to come forward. It's a fair strike too, although well covered by Tagliatella. Cambone challenging with great vigour. Now, can he supply a decent cross here, or maybe go it alone? Good save again. Tucci, my word, the two goalkeepers have excelled themselves tonight. Flung himself across the goal, then Tucci. A really talented goalkeeper, born and bred in Cremona. And he's been a real hero for them in this game tonight, but his team are still behind. Carbone's corner. That's a foul, surely. I think by Pecchia. And he knows it too. Looks like being another struggle for Cremonese to stay in the top flight this season. They managed to do so in the last campaign for the first time in their history. They've enjoyed 4 previous seasons in Italy's top flight, but always gone straight back to Serie B on the first attempt. Now Napoli want to bring on a substitute. This is Franco Lerda, former Brescia forward who came to Naples back in November. He's had to settle mainly for the substitute's role since his arrival. And off goes Agostini. So they're swapping one striker for another. Lerda, who hasn't scored in Serie A yet for Napoli this season, but has managed one in the Cup. Carbone! He'd escaped the marking. He really is so nimble around the penalty box, Carbone. And his instincts then so nearly led to a goal. Away by Cruz, not very effectively though. This is Milanese. It had Tagliatella sprawling across his goal. Sound strike by Milanese. Cremonese have certainly had opportunities in the second half. As their coach Luigi Silone will be reflecting somewhat ruefully. Laid off by Lerda to Pecchia. Good tackle though by Cristiani. And away come Cremonese again. They certainly haven't given up this game yet. Chiesa. Support from Gualco. Gualco, incidentally, was the hero against Milan when Cremonese beat them earlier in the season. He got the winning goal. Napoli having to backpedal here. Padrone with the throw. That's his chip through. Gianni Biaggi. Tantoni. It won't go in. Still Tantoni. And that will have to go down as a squandered opportunity. Especially from a man with his record in front of goal. He struck it rather tentatively. And he should have tucked it away. Napoli hanging on here. A really spirited finish from Cremonese. Milanese. Desperate defence by Napoli as Buso whacks it into the stands. Can Cremonese snatch a dramatic late equaliser here? They have certainly given the Napoli many anxious moments. Milanese looking to hurl a long one in. But he can't do it yet because Napoli are going to waste a few seconds by bringing on a substitute. Off goes Rincon, the goal scorer. Pollicano will replace him for what surely will only be a few seconds. Rincon has played his part with what may well prove to be then the only goal. On comes Pollicano. Milanese's throw. There's some pushing there, spotted by the referee. Into injury time. Cremonese with only one win from their last 7 matches, and they look like facing defeat again. Cruz. Deep into Cremonese territory. Lerda, who won it in the air, but to no real effect. Tucci's turn to launch it upfield now. Milanese. Tangling with Bourdin. They've certainly worked very hard, Napoli. They may not have the stars of recent seasons, the likes of Maradona and Careca. Money's a lot tighter now, of course, in Naples. But they've got an industrious side. And they look like collecting the 3 points here. Unless Cremonese can score one right at the death. Buzo on the break. Lerda is after it. Now, has he kept it? I don't think he has. Can't be too long left now. Whistles all around the stadium for the Napoli fans. Pollicano. Foul by Verdelli, who allowed his frustration to get the better of him. Pollicano, who is a pretty aggressive player himself. The Napoli fans ready to celebrate victory as Cruz pumps it forward. Now Pecchia, he's got Carbone with him. The shot well smothered by Tucci. It's all over. A welcome win for Napoli, their first home success in Serie A for 4 months. A result that certainly doesn't help Cremonese's hopes of preserving their top-flight status for another season. So one goal has settled this match, and we can now offer you another chance to see some other top goals. Indeed, it's our Goal of the Month competition with Kenneth Wolstenholme.